Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Roleplay Dragon Age Origins. I caught back up to where we were. Thought I hit record for this fight, but apparently did not. So we got through that fight that kicked our asses. Barely. And I had to go all the way back to Redcliffe because I hadn't saved in forever, which is why I have been doing this like every session. I just completely forgot. I forgot how hard this DLC is if you do it before, like, close to the end game. I put a rune on my sword. I think I bought more potions before we headed out, so I was just like overall just doing a lot more, making sure we were more prepared. We've still been struggling, but it's time to get through.
By the Maker, we're saved.
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
No, I'm a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Here? Thank the Maker for our luck! But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm looking for everyone that statue outside.
The statue outside? Why would... I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for Shale.
Oh, you're a mage? An apostate running around. And all these people know about it.
That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance.
Killed your father? What do you mean?
My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais. And what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and Shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Except the rod doesn't work. Nothing happens.
My mother might have passed along the wrong command phrase when she sold the rod. She said she never wanted to see Shale active again. Look, I'll tell you the command phrase, but I'll need your help first. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
I'll see if I can find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
I'm not gonna... That might be me as the player. I'm not gonna let a man... He's just trying to save his daughter. I'm not gonna leave a little girl down here. Fractured stone.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Shut up, Einar. Oh, shades! That's signs of demons. Whoa, that's a new enemy. A dust wraith. This is one of the coolest enemy designs that I don't think they ever really reuse in the other Dragon Age games. Okie dokie, win! Flames, please? Heal Einar. Okay, yeah, it's too much going on here. Yeah. Get him, or Sten.
It shall be as you say.
I'm so paranoid about the game crashing now that I'm like... Harvest Ring Festival. What is that? +2 strength, +2 dex, +4 attack. What do I have on now? Yeah, fuck that. You can have that, Sten. There's just a dude in the middle. Oh, that must have been the one who came in to find the girl. Okay. Earth and Cinch, what's that? +1 armor, +5% nature damage. Should have a belt. Yeah. Give that to Morrigan, I think. Okay, we're gonna save again just because I'm paranoid.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree?
Oh shit.
Nope. Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
Good, you're safe. Your father was worried.
Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with
Whoa.
You're
What
not going
happened?
to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
Why did I minimize? We have to go, Amalia. Matthias is waiting.
I can't go. Kitty says she can't come, and I'm not leaving her. She'd be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
That's not really a cat, is it?
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Amalia, you need to return to your father.
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
I'm not leaving without the girl.
It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
No! Let you have the girl? You mean possess her?
That's such a crude way of putting it. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong?
Yes! I'll let you go, but you need to leave the girl.
But I do like this one.
I like you too, Kitty.
No, Amalia.
If it means escaping this prison, I am willing to leave on my own. I agree to your terms. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting. Kitty is going to be free. I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
Hold position, yeah. You guys all hold position. Okay.
I'll get on it.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Good for you.
Got it. All right, all right. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Yeah. Let's get all this shit.
Father doesn't like cats, but he never met Kitty.
Now's better than later. Got it. All right, all right.
This puzzle. It's actually not very hard.
Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Not really, girly pop.
Got it. Now's better than later. Got it.
Pretty straightforward, honestly.
Kitty is my best friend.
Right.
Hello.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
No. Keep your hands off that girl, demon.
I have changed my mind. I like the girl. I do not think I will find another like her.
You bitch.
Oh, so I get to go with you after all?
No, I won't allow it.
Ugh, I will take her anyhow. She is mine.
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
And now, yes, Desire Demon? Yeah, Desire Demon. Oh, unique design. Oh no, just glitches. Many glitches. I guess my computer is just telling me I'm done. For the night with Dragon Age.
Yes, as you say.
On your guard, wretch.
Oh my god. We're gonna play more. We're gonna keep going. I don't know why it's crashing so much. This is getting embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but annoying. Thankfully.
Yes. A wonderful
Skip through.
thing, my dear.
Keep your hands off the girl.
Oh, so I get to go?
Okay, glitches are gone. Okay.
Yes!
As you say.
And then you Stone Fist. That guy, he's frozen. Firebolt or lightning bolt, whatever.
Is it time to kill
Defend
someone?
yourself!
Can I get you a ladder so you can
Helm
get
of
off my back?
Hawnleaf. +2 to all attributes. That's some good shit, guys. Okay. Level 12. Okay. So we're gonna focus on archery stuff. Critical shot. Okay. Saving, just in case we get another. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just because my computer's been on for too long. I'm gonna restart it after I finish this recording. Which just may be a short episode because of it. Or I may just pop this onto the other episode. Make it an extra long episode.
Somebody still can.
Get him. Oh. I still had them holding position. Oh well.
Got it.
Pop him.
Watch in horror as I rip you apart.
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is just make an extra long episode. Pop this on the last one so I can figure out what's going on with my game. It's crashed 3 times in the last
All right.
2 hours? 3 hours? Which is not normal. Normally I don't crash at all with this game, but I think I've just had my computer on for too long. Because you gotta turn your computer off more than as often as I do. Or at least restart it.
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
You're welcome. Yep, we're heading out and we're gonna go collect Shale. I might keep recording, who knows. Oh, I didn't open this last time.
On my way.
Cool, useless. Okay. That fucking Helmet of Honleith is really good. +2 to all attributes. That's really fucking good. I'm probably giving that to Alistair. Alright, let's talk to the big guy. Dúlin Hán. And we have a new party member, folks.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Hello to you too?
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Oh, you poor dear. That would be really, really boring.
I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
Not all of them, no.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
Do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair.
Gollum.
Do be a good Gollum and squash
It should
that
be Gollum.
flipping bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
It certainly does, right in its hand.
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Alright, walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
Maybe that's causing some issues. Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what shall I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
I don't intend to do anything with you.
Ah, how unexpected. Yet refreshing. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
You're welcome to come with. Are you going to keep calling me it?
Yes, very likely.
Oh, you're welcome to come with me.
I will follow it about then, for now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I'm Einar. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Vashaden.
Yes,
Alright, come on, Shale.
fine.
Shale is a, well, Shale doesn't really have... We're gonna do fire punches. Yep, that's Shale. Shale is a golem. I hate that they call it golem in this, because it should be golem. Thank you for autosaving, by the way. Well, you can hear Shale stomping around behind you. So Shale is going to be very important for a future mission assignment. And here's the thing about Shale. Shale hates pigeons so much. It's kind of fucking hilarious, honestly. Okay. I don't want to do that yet. I think we're going to do one of these two next. Actually, I know what we're going to do next. Go back to camp first.
I have been studying Mother's grimoire.
Oh,
Do you
sure.
wish to hear what I have found?
What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Disappointed then?
No, there is much of interest within her writings, things I did not know. And one in particular I would never have suspected. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
A spell of him. Let me guess. She drinks blood? Eats children?
That is closer to the truth than you might think. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So why would she risk sending you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the Darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful.
It has so far.
According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
That's just... Ugh. You had no idea? Well, are you certain about this?
Indeed. That is primarily what this tome details. The various daughters that Flemeth has acquired. Their preparation and training. I recognize all of it. I am to be her next host. This is my purpose.
Jeez. So what do you intend to do about it?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die.
Oh, yeah.
I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Very well. I'll help if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then. So I must remain at the camp.
Okay.
Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible.
Okay.
The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Okay. We got a couple of new party members to talk to, so this might be a camp episode. Well, let's talk to Levy first. Actually, we're going to save. Talk to Levy.
You're a hard man to find.
You've been in my camp for a while.
The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
I'm Einar. Never heard of you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. but I know he would want his work carried on, his pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles.
Yeah.
My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last warden commander of Ferelden back when the wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
That's a long time ago. That's a bit drastic, isn't it?
And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
That's pretty great. So what favour did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
Couldn't you go there by yourself?
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did. And I said that he could reclaim the old base, and my family could have its honour.
Fair trade. What do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Your family's faith will be rewarded. I'll help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Cool. DLC unlocked. And now we're gonna... I'm gonna buy something for Leliana real
Something
quick.
you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help you out.
You see your wares. We'll
I'm
talk
sure
about
you'll be
Anne.
pleased with the goods.
We might talk about Anne today, actually, but we'll see. Gonna give her a thoughtful cake. We're gonna give Leliana a cake. Just to see if that pushes her over the limit. Because I can't talk to her anymore. And we're not ready to go deal with...
Why, thank you so much.
the thing we need to deal with. We'll talk to Shale after. Let's try talking to Leliana first.
I enjoy the nights at camp.
Yes.
The night always seems more peaceful to me. Safer.
I know what you mean.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The Darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows.
It's not silly to seek moments to lay down your burdens.
I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I talk and you listen mostly. Sometimes I succumb and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. And I know you're watching out for me.
You never have to feel afraid with me, Leliana.
What I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that. Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
You're cute when you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
I've always wanted us to be more than just friends.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me? You made me say all those things. Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, Oh, how very awkward.
That's me. I'm a terrible person.
Oh, chivalry is so dead, making the lady spill her guts like that.
Kiss her. Yeah! Woo! We got the kiss.
Well, that settles it then.
Woo! More?
I'm here for you.
Oh, we need to talk.
Of course.
What will you do when this is all over?
I have not given this a lot of thought. What will I do? We've traveled far and wide. Does it need to end?
It's so wonderful to hear you say that.
There's so much out there. Adventures to be had and stories to be told. I want to be part of it all. I might need some company. And you're not too irritating. You're welcome to come along if you like.
I would love to.
It is settled then. You and I wandering the world, seeking our fortunes. I can't wait.
If fucking only that could actually happen.
I'm here for you.
Back when this was planned to only be one game, I'm sure they could have.
Of course.
About us.
Wait, you want to talk about us? Is there something bothering you?
You are the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Really? You think so? You're so sweet.
Okay, that's all we've got for right now, I think. So let's talk to... see if Stan has anything to say.
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Our farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Don't the Qunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
I guess that's fair. He might be happier.
Happiness is fragile. Nothing can be built upon it that will last. Only duty endures.
I don't agree with that at all, Sten. You don't think happiness is important?
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Qunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies? Cookies?
Yes. We have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
He's got a sweet tooth! I'll keep that in mind.
Shall we move on?
You sound a bit homesick, Sten.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharon. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Dogs don't smell that bad.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks either. Shall we move on? Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks. We're gonna save because we got the romance. Well, part of the romance scene with Leliana.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling.
Sure!
companions. Do you mind if I ask?
Go ahead, I don't mind.
Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
I haven't even talked to him yet. Maybe. We'll see. Einar hasn't even gotten to talk to Zevran yet, so he's still on the fence about him.
That's a lot to put on a maybe, isn't it? He's an assassin. The crows aren't known for giving up. Maybe he's just biding his time.
I'm willing to give him a chance.
Well, if you are, then maybe I should too. But that doesn't mean I won't keep an eye on him. He's just too shifty. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
I respect him.
The more I talk to him, the more reasonable he does seem. His philosophy is so strange. But it doesn't sound at all as vile as the Chantry describes it.
I wonder why.
He killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
He seems to regret what he did.
I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. The Kunari sense of honor is a bit hard to grasp. For me, anyway. What about Leliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
It could be true. Who's to say it isn't?
Maybe you're right. It's not as if she could have known that we needed help so desperately after all. Yet, there she was. I noticed that you and her have become close. Am I right? The rest of us have talked about it.
The rest of us, that means you've been sitting and chatting with Sten, Wynne, Morrigan, and Zevran about me and Leliana. You talk about us.
You think we have better things to do than gossip about you? You give us far too much credit. Is it true or not?
I bet you it's just him and Zevran gossiping. And Morrigan sighing, Sten grumbling, and Wynne just going, we shouldn't poke our noses. Yes, we have a connection.
I thought so. Well, I hope you know what you're doing. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
It was her choice.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
Okay, so wait a minute. Alistair didn't come with me on the last mission, and neither did Zevran or Morrigan. So Alistair, Zevran, and Morrigan were just like, so, is Einar dating Leliana? Let's figure this out. With the dog. You really don't like each other, do you?
Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch, no, I don't like her at all. Why, do you?
I like her just fine.
Great. I am thrilled beyond words. Now, really, just tell me one thing. Is it true what the others say? Do you have a thing going with Morrigan? Tell me it's not true.
It's not true.
You are such a terrible liar. I am so disappointed. Well, it's your funeral. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Don't have anything to ask about Sten or Wynne? We're gonna talk to Morrigan. Does Morrigan think we're in a relationship? I've never kissed her. I've flirted with her here and there, but...
Yes?
She totally thinks we're a couple. I've flirted with her like twice. Okay. Let's see if Leliana has anything new first.
I'm here for you.
I don't think she does. Let's talk to Wynne. I'll talk to Wynne, then Shale, then Zevran.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped.
I bet.
It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
You're a great mage. You would never become an abomination.
Every mage is vulnerable, no matter how accomplished or powerful. That is the first thing we learn. And overconfidence can lead to recklessness.
Look at Aldred.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts.
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity. Their humanity.
This is a question that's going to persist through all the Dragon Age games. If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes. It is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
You're welcome, Wynn. +1 for that? Okay. We'll talk to Wynn more later. It's Shale time!
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
You're worried about being fat? No, no, no. They're quite slimming, Shale.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Okay. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it.
He's so extra.
The likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Won't we be right next to your stain?
I think not. I am made of pure rock, skin to core. At best, I can become a pile of dust, but a smear I will definitely not leave behind.
Fair enough.
That's for softer, squishier things like itself and its friends. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Disapproves?
Oh.
I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master.
Not necessarily.
Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
See that? Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners.
I fucking love Shale so much.
I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
Being different isn't so bad.
Did I say it was bad? It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb. Now stop talking so much.
That was weird.
The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Aha!
Oh.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
We'll do a couple more things for Shale, and then we'll go over to Zephyr. I'm told you killed your former master.
Oh? How interesting. Certainly I remember having a master. My memories of what happened to him are vague.
Vague, but not non-existent.
Clever and true. Oh, very well. Let me see what I can recall. My former master enjoyed experimenting upon me. I remember that much. There was tinkering with spells, and then the crystals. He was very eager to alter my function, I think.
Makes sense. What sorts of experiments?
Bah, I am no mage, and he did not explain himself to me, any more than it would explain itself to a sword. He possessed my control rod, and back then, it would have prevented me from doing anything he did not command me to, no matter how I might have wished to. So what happened? I am unsure. He was experimenting, and then nothing.
So he hit me the kill me button by accident?
Oh ho ho. It does like to laugh, does it? But who knows? I may have such a thing. And then he was gone. I was standing where I was, in the village, and I could no longer move. The villagers came, poked and prodded me in fear, and then realized they could neither move me nor destroy me. So they simply left me. And in time I forgot I hadn't stood there all along.
Well, that must have been terrible. Sorry to hear that.
In fact, at first I found it more of a relief. For so many years I'd had to leap to that little toadstool's every command. Get this, pick up that, put it down, pick it up again. The gall! At first I'd hoped he'd simply decided to leave me there paralyzed. An acceptable trade-off. After years passed, I simply stopped caring.
Sounds like you had a good rest.
I think I was ready to move on. Another few years and the moss would have covered my face. And then where would I have been? Whatever the mage did seemed to render the control rod useless. For which I should be thankful, yes? And provided it doesn't decide to copy his experiments, not that I would allow it, it is nothing to fear from me. Much.
Sounds good to me.
The things that it fights, and it fights things often, that is a different story. Let us get back to the walking and the fighting. My stone is beginning to itch again.
Cool. Okay, now we're gonna do some chatting with Zevran.
Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
Doesn't take any... you did quite well, no doubt.
Within the crows, I did. But it has been something the crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Fair enough. That does sound like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Okay.
Here I am.
Can you teach others to be an assassin?
Oh, I certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Very well. I'll respect your word.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows? Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the crows, exactly?
Well, now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go.
Yeah, sounds about
right. I was
right.
certainly never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
But what would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which
that's 300 gold.
300
300 silver.
Ribs and bone, and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
And that system works?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. It gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
Sounds about right. I think I understand.
As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
Well, I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
So far, Einar is very... Alistair. Yeah, let's get him. Let's put this helmet on him. And there was a belt, too. But, I think Einar doesn't know what he thinks about Zevran yet. Now, he prefers a straight-up fight. He doesn't like stealth and roguing about, I guess, is the word I could use for it. Like, that's not his thing. Like, not his thing at all. Now, at the same time, he understands that that's not how everyone is. Like, if you look at the two of them, like, he's way bigger than Zevran, so he understands Zevran would probably be better at stealth and fighting like that. But at the end of the day, he's still going to be a little wary of Zevran, even if he does kind of think he's funny. He's not gonna... He doesn't trust Zevran, like, fucking at all yet. Like, at all. But maybe he'll learn to trust him.
Something on your mind?
Guys, making sure the helmet wasn't there. Still. So, he does not trust Zevran at all yet, but that's why he's trying to get to know him, to see if he can trust him. And he's probably going to bring him along on some missions in the future, just to be clear.
Here I am.
To answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You're respected, you're feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You've never killed an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent?
That's a fair point.
But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens.
Fuck!
It's unfortunate,
That's so
but
dark.
death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
He has a very... weird attitude about death, and I feel like Einar doesn't view it as an excuse, because, so let's be fair, Einar can't say that sounds like an excuse, because Einar kills a lot of people. Now, has he ever killed, and most of the people he's killed, they could be fathers, they could be brothers, they're someone's son, for sure, but they could be someone's brother, someone's husband, someone's father, even some of the women he's killed. Killing Darkspawn, that's different, but he's killed a lot of people. I think he's going to tell Zevran that's a very practical attitude. Because Zevran's view of death is so interesting, because it's just like, everyone fucking dies, man. Like, but here's the difference, Zevran, and this is something I wish Einar could say. I'm talking about children and innocent bystanders. Whether to me or some wasting disease or a darkspawn or fall down the stairs. Yeah, but they could live another 30 years before any of that happens, Zevran.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not?
Ooh.
There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
Fuck, dude. I don't think Einar likes it in the same way, but he definitely does like to fight. I think he's just saying, I know what you mean. And not like that he knows what Zevran means. I'm going to clarify this now. Einar knows what Zevran means, but he does not like that he knows what he means.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules, oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
So here's the thing, I don't think Zevran has ever thought of himself as anything but a killing machine, because that's what he's done his entire life. And that's what I was saying, honestly, could you picture me doing something else? That's because he can't picture himself doing anything else, because he doesn't know anything else. That's why I think Zevran is one of the more interesting characters in this game. He's a very interesting elven assassin. And he's not the stereotype. Usually when you get an elf in your party in a D&D game, you get like, oh, the fancy like elf with the longbow. Nah, Zevran's a city elf assassin. And I like Zevran a lot as a character. Einar is very conflicted on Zevran. Why not? You can do what you like. But, like, what else to say at the same like, Einar really does not like how callous Zevran is about death. Even though Einar has killed a lot of people at this point and a lot of Darkspawn. He doesn't enjoy killing people. But he enjoys killing Darkspawn. And some people need to be killed. He agrees with that. But he doesn't like how just carefree. He doesn't like how carefree Zevran is about killing. So we'll see. Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by Darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Okay, so we got some approval there. I think that's where we're going to cut this episode, guys. Oh, let's talk to Dog first. Good boy, Cal. Pet. Sometimes we get this weird thing where his fur turns white, and I don't know why. I like the white fur, honestly, better. Alright, guys, so we are going to end this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Let's Roleplay Dragon Age Origins, where we are going to head to Soldier's Peak and reclaim a Grey Warden fortress. Thanks for watching, everyone.